bad operators are kind of asking, what's the next thing I can sell that hits like Delta 8? Smart operators are saying, how do I reduce my exposure so no single product can hurt me? If your store is just a fucking hemp store, they know it's gone. They know it's over because they know that there's legal uncertainty here. The difference will not be luck. It will be adaptation.
You're listening to Street Smarts with Chad Wade. Real talk for real shop owners.
Hey, right now, everybody, the smoke shop industry is loud. I mean, everyone is talking. Everybody's panicking. Everybody's got an opinion. There's a rumor. Everybody's got a little screenshot, the my distributor said story, but very few people are actually paying attention to what matters. And guys, that's dangerous. That's real dangerous because the industry isn't dying. It's just kind of restructuring. And whenever an industry restructure, three things happen at the same time, right? Weak operators, they get wiped out. Average operators, they get kind of uncomfortable, but strong operators quietly reposition and grow. I'm trying to be the strong operator, mind you, okay? So this episode is not for people who want comfort because I'm not, me, man, I'm not going to give you any. I'm really not. It's for people who want clarity. So today we're talking about the real current smoke shop topics that matter right now, not 2025, and I'm not going to be talking rumors and all that Facebook shit. No fear-based speculation. We're talking actual shifts, actual trends, actual moves that only smart owners are making. So let's move into topic number one about the intoxicated hemp era. It's winding down, and of course denial is still widespread. These hemp alliances are filing lawsuits and bullshit, but Trump's actually said, hey, look, I want you guys to work this out and do something to do something about it. But let's start with the elephant in the room. Intoxicating hemp is not getting stronger. It's not evolving, and it doesn't look like it's figuring itself out. I'm thinking it's being systematically boxed in. And here's what's actually happening on the ground. It looks like they're narrowing the legal definition. It appears that there's going to be more enforcement clarity. Retail liability is definitely increasing. Insurance scrutiny is increasing. Vendors are disappearing. Like literally those people are not even around. Labs are tightening their standards. It even looks like some of the credit card processors are backing away from intoxicating hemp products. States are being very proactive and copying federal language. And like some of you already know, retailers are becoming an enforcement target. I mean, guys, this ain't theoretical anymore. The era of sell first, ask questions later is apparently just over. And yet, a shocking number of you are still overstocked, overexposed. I mean, literally doubling down, chasing the next molecule, that pseudo shit, even though 7-0 is bad and you're still doing it. And then there's the next molecule of intoxicating hemp you're chasing. You're ignoring the documentation. You're trusting some of these dumbass vendors blindly. Hey guys, that's not strategy, guys. That's gambling. And smart owners aren't panicking. They're just reducing exposure. They're thinning out the SKUs. They're shortening the reorder cycles, and I'm seeing that in my wholesale as well. They're rotating shelf space, diversifying the revenue products. They're planning for absence, not survival. I mean, that's the key difference here, guys. And the winners are preparing for when intoxicating hemp will probably disappear. Not if. Now, let me give you topic 2, y'all. Let's talk about the return of real smoke shop categories. Real. And here's something you don't hear enough. As the hemp cools off, traditional smoke shop categories are quietly heating back up. I am selling a lot of glass. I mean, a lot. We just got some more pallets of it in. We are moving it in box loads now, and things like that. Water pipes, glass pipes, hand pipes. They're selling fast now. Other accessories are also selling: trays, grinders, rolling supply, rolling papers, rolling machines, torches. Torches are actually selling again. Thank God we have several of those. Storage for your water pipes are selling. Your hand pipes are selling. That storage stuff, like bubble bags. Cleaning tools once again, and cleaner, glass cleaner, wood cleaner, acrylic cleaner, all that's selling again. More lifestyle gear is selling. I'm hearing people talking about t-shirts are selling again. And why? Because when the industry gets shaky, customers tend to fall back to what's familiar and legal. Hey, and here's the kicker. Most shops let these categories rot during that intoxicating hemp boom. Even I did that. So I know that's true. And they treated glass like it, I need a little bit. I don't need a whole lot of it. And that's kind of hard on guys like me, but we survived. And accessories are becoming more like shelf filler. And, some of those displays got dusty. The margins, they shrank to slim to nothing. But now those same categories are becoming the most reliable money in the store again. And apparently because I'm selling a lot of it. Smart shops are rebuilding their glass walls, and they're upgrading the lighting either around their shelves or around buying new display cases, I do rep Display-A-Rama, so, they're always got new kinds of displays, and, I'll put an ad in here somewhere. They're curating instead of clutter, like the shelf clutter. You remember all that? They're more bundling of the accessories with the water pipes or the hand pipes. And, they're treating more ritual tools as premium items. And, this isn't like a nostalgia based, situation. It's more stability. Glass and accessories, and, they don't get banned. Okay. They kind of get redefined. And torches never need lab tests, no COAs for this type of thing. And if your store doesn't have a strong, non-intoxicating backbone right now, you're probably pretty exposed. Hey, here, how about topic 3, y'all? Let me give you a third one. Blue Lotus and Botanicals are moving from, weird secondary, third, C-rate product to more normal. And let's talk about something that has crossed the line from niche to mainstream inside the smoke shop. More botanicals, Blue Lotus, white Lotus, pink Lotus. This category is no longer that weird things that the shops carry. It's becoming more an alternative. It's more of a wellness bridge, all right, a curiosity product. And it's more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Adjacent experience. It is a conversation starter because people are now speaking on it. And, they really do like these hemp cones and not hemp cones, but Blue Lotus cones and pre-rolls. They like these things, man. And it's more of a safer option for customers when they're asked, hey, what changed? And customers are tired of these mystery cannabinoids and inconsistent effects and the legal uncertainty around them, and bad experiences because they're putting out substandard product now just to get rid of it, and they're asking for more of a calmer option, and more of a I hate to say ritual based, but it is more of a natural feeling alternative. Things that don't wreck their whole fucking afternoon or day even. And products with a history and a story, because America loves fucking stories. They love to have a background to it. And Blue Lotus checks all those boxes, y'all. And smart shops are just they aren't just carrying it, they're presenting it correctly. They're selling it as a tea, a relaxation kit, more of an evening routine thing. And they're pairing it with glass and or even incense, and they've got a lot of education, and it's not hype. Botanicals aren't replacing intoxicating hemp dollar for dollar yet, though. All right, but they're replacing customer trust with this, and trust is what keeps people coming back. Let's go into topic 4, y'all. It's more of a functional. Mushrooms are no longer optional. Okay, this is one of the most under discussed trends in smoke shops right now, and that's functional mushrooms. They're moving into your customer base, whether you like it or not, and whether you sell them or not, for that matter. Your customers are already buying lion's mane and rashishi, cordyceps, and chaga. They're just buying them somewhere else because you're not carrying them. And a lot of times they're buying them online. They're buying them at the grocery. Believe it or not, I saw a display in my local Kroger, and wellness shops, those type of places. Even coffee brands are now selling that type of thing. Hey, I even saw somebody sent me a TikTok ad about it, and I'm blown away. Because there's no intoxicating part of it, so TikTok's allowing them to sell them under ads. And smoke shops are kind of late to the category on this. And that's actually good news, because late entry means you can watch what works before you comment and even commit to it. All right. The shops doing this right are positioning mushrooms as focus, calm, and energy products and bundling them with botanicals and keeping it clean and professional, avoiding sketchy branding, training staff to explain the effects properly. And this category kind of brings in like a wellness customer, more students and professionals and older demographics, people who don't care about THC. And that's the new traffic. And this traffic is starting to replace some of the fall off traffic. So start paying attention, y'all. Topic 5, y'all. Let's talk about your staff knowledge and becoming a competitive advantage again. And during the hemp boom, staff knowledge barely even fucking mattered. All right, these products sold themselves. You had a lot of clerks working with you. Customers came in asking for specific ones, and education wasn't required. That era is ending. Now customers are asking, is this legal? Is this safe? What's the difference? What do you recommend instead of this shit? What's non-intoxicating? Because they keep talking about intoxicating hemp. What's natural? And here's the brutal truth. If your staff sounds unsure, your store sounds unsafe. The shops pulling ahead right now are retraining staff, simplifying scripts, focusing on confidence, teaching category basics again, teaching redirection language, not hype, not pressure, just real guidance. And the smoke shops of today is becoming a guided retail environment again. Thank God. Thank God. And owners who ignore staff training, well, you're going to bleed off customers really slowly. Topic 6, the customer is more skeptical than ever. And this matters more than most shop owners even want to realize. because customers aren't dumb anymore. They've got the old Google phone in their hand at all times. And, they've seen all the bad products. They've been burned before. They've seen news stories. They've watched crackdowns. They've heard about seizures and enforcements all over the, CNN and Fox News. So now they're cautious, and cautious customers, well, they only trust clean stores and confident staff and clear categories, and they trust brands with restraint, and they avoid the chaotic, crazy shops. They leave cluttered stores because they can't stand all that dust and matter everywhere. They walk out if something feels, sketch. This is why presentation matters more than ever. And they want, stores that are brightly lit. They want to see some fucking organization. They don't want to see dust on the shelves anymore. They want clear sections, modern signage. These things now communicate safety, not style. Hey, let's talk about this topic 7 I got here. It's the gap between pro shops and sloppy shops, and it's widening fast. Right now, the industry is splitting hard. On one side, you got organized shops, disciplined inventory, diversified categories. Hey, you got educated staff like a motherfucker. You got real modern layouts, and you got calm leadership that ain't all freaking out. And on the other side, you got these panic buyers who are just trying to overstock hemp and make every dollar they possibly can to pay off their bullshit that they, accumulated. They got no real backup plan, and it's all about the plant, when it's really should be about your business. And, they've got, dusty displays, and they've got untrained staff that only know how to sell from the bud bar, and they're in total fucking denial. And the scary part, both stores may look busy right now, but only one is going to survive the next wave. And the difference is not luck, it's prep. It's truly prep. How about topic 8? Let's move into it. Shop owners are finally talking about exit strategy. And I mean, this is new, and it's kind of important. Most owners are quietly asking, what's my store worth? How do I stabilize before selling? What makes a shop attractive now to a buyer? And hey, what scares buyers? And here's what buyers don't want. They don't want that hemp dependency. If your store is just a fucking hemp store, they know it's gone. They know it's over, because they know that there's legal uncertainty here. And if you don't have real good documented inventory, they don't want it. And what about your systems, within your store? I mean, are they going to have to sit there with it and work it themselves? They don't want to do that, man. They don't want to do that. They don't want chaotic categories either. Let me tell you what they do want. They want to see full walls, full display cases. They want to see accessories. They want to see glass. They want to see wellness products. They want to see detox products. They want to see botanicals. They want to see mushrooms. They want definite predictable revenue. They want very trained staff so that they ain't got to sit there with this business each and every day. They want to see clean books. Even if you never plan to sell, you should be building like at some point you will, because that mindset will force discipline. Hey, here's Bella's favorite topic of this whole talk. Social media is no longer a flex, it's a signal. Another shift happening quietly. Shops that look professional online are being treated as professional offline. Customers are actually checking Instagram and Google photos and reviews and what's your layout look like. And how about your cleanliness? Is anybody even remarking about that? And hey, are they saying anything about the vibe online? Because before they ever walk in, and shops that still look like it's 2017, head shops online, well, you're losing customers before they even get a chance. This doesn't mean you need to be an influencer. It just means you need to show a clean store and your categories are clearly marked. you've got some leadership within the store, and you've got total consistency. And believe you me, guys, presence online matters. Smoke shop owners, listen up. If your store looks like a garage sale, your customers won't take your product seriously. Presentation is everything, and Displayarama gets it. These guys supply the fixtures that make stores money. Slat walls, showcases, racks, counters, all in stock and ready to ship fast. I've used them myself, and they deliver on time, solid gear, zero headache. Most people think upgrading means expensive. Well, that's wrong. Displayarama makes professional retail affordable, whether you're remodeling one wall or building out your next location. So if you're tired of your shop looking halfway finished, hit Displayarama.com up today and get 5% off your order when you use my code ChadWade5 at checkout. Displayarama, real fixtures, real fast, recommended by me, Chad, at ChadWade TV. Hey, let's move on to the next topic, topic 10. The industry isn't dying. It's just evolving, or should I say growing up. Let's be clear. This industry is not collapsing. It's maturing. And the Wild West phase of hemp is probably ending. The loophole phase is definitely ending. The anything goes phase was dead in the water. And yeah, some shops won't survive that. Let's just be honest. Your bud bars, if that's all you are, you're done, okay? But the ones that do, they'll be stronger, they'll be cleaner, more profitable, and more respected. All right, everybody, so let's talk about what smart smoke shop owners are doing right now while everybody else is just fucking arguing online. Let's get very practical, because while a lot of shop owners are busy arguing in Facebook groups and on Discord and other online platforms, and they're sharing their bullshit half-baked rumors and waiting for clarity that never comes, there is a quiet group of owners making moves that will separate them from the pack over the next 12 to 24 months. And you think, well, that's the next year or two, big deal. By then, a lot of shop owners will be underwater. Well, here's what they're doing differently. All right. Move one, they're reducing risk and they're not chasing replacements. And it's kind of a mind shift, and their mindset is totally different. Bad operators are kind of asking, what's the next thing I can sell that hits like Delta 8? I mean, smart operators are saying, how do I reduce my exposure so no single product can hurt me? Like the bud bars are about to be hurt. I mean, that's the difference between gambling and operating, honestly. And right now, smart owners are cutting reorder quantities on risky SKUs. And they're shortening reorder cycles, refusing that brand new, hey, I got a new molecule, man, that they're not even legislated against. Intoxicating hemp. And they're saying no to sketchy COAs that just don't look right. And they're walking away from sketch vendors who dodge questions or don't have answers to the questions that they're asking. And they're preparing for SKUs to disappear and not survive. They're not trying to replace intoxicating hemp dollar for dollar overnight. That's why they got 12, 24 months to do it. They're building stability fast. Okay, and they're doing that first. And that's how real businesses survived regulatory changes every single time. Hey, here's move two. They're diversifying with intent, not randomly, y'all. And diversification doesn't mean carry a little of everything. Man, that's just fucking chaos. Real diversification means building pillars, accessories, glass, botanicals, herbal blends, Blue Lotus, that's botanicals, functional mushroom products, even hear me say this, CBD products and wellness products. They are really building out kratom where it's legal, mind you. and lifestyle and ritual products. They're building those out. And here's the key part most people miss. Each category has a role. Accessories are daily revenue. Glass is more of a margin and culture item. And botanicals is more of the ritual trust element. Mushrooms are for the new customers. CBD are for the, more aged, the stability customer. Lifestyle brands is more of a brand identity thing for the store. And when categories have purpose, your store becomes more resilient. When categories become random, your store just looks cluttered. Gotta get a drink. All right, move 3. They're rebuilding the store around customer flow, not habit. A lot of smoke shops still look the same because that's how we've always done it. Guys, that thinking has killed stores, and it's still killing them. Smart owners are asking, where does the customer look first? Where do they pause? Where do they get confused and when do they walk away? Does this feel overwhelming? Does this feel intentional? They're reorganizing their stores accordingly. They're breaking up giant intoxicating hemp walls. I had to do this too, y'all. I had to break the shit down. They're creating more benefit-based sections. And they're using lighting to guide attention to those products. They're simplifying the front counter. It doesn't look, full of clutter of shit. They're adding space instead of, just stuffing shelves full of junk. They're letting categories breathe. Y'all, this isn't about aesthetics and looking like an Apple store. It's about reducing friction with the customer, because friction is killing sales. Move 4. They're training staff to sound laid back and calm. They're not looking to make them sound clever. And at one time that kind of was a big deal, that you wanted a clerk or your staff to be more funny and clever sounding, like they had the answer to everything. But honestly, your customer has the answer to everything before he walks in the damn door. They just want the staff to sound trained to answer the question. Customers don't want that hype or the slang or the pressure or wild ass claims. They definitely don't want confusion. They just want confidence. And smart owners are retraining staff to say things like, we're focusing on cleaner, more consistent categories. Most customers are shifting towards this ritual wellness products. And this is a good alternative if you're avoiding intoxicating products. We've expanded into botanicals and mushrooms for more focus and calm. It's really kind of simple. It's clear, it's grounded, it's not defensive, doesn't sound scared, it's not evasive. Hey y'all, tone matters more than words right now. That's the bottom line. Let me give you move 5. They're watching enforcement, not social media. This is where a lot of owners get misled. Social media is full of noise and lies and complete bullshit, because enforcement tells the facts. Smart owners are paying attention to what products are being seized, what states are copying federal language, how inspections are being handled, where retailers are being targeted, what categories regulators just completely ignore, what categories regulators are scrutinizing, and they're adjusting accordingly. They're not waiting for headlines, y'all. They're reading the patterns, and that's how you stay ahead. And the biggest mistakes owners are still making. Now, let's talk about what's still hurting people, because these mistakes are everywhere. Mistake number 1, you just have way too much overstock of this risky bullshit inventory. And that one's kind of brutal. Some owners are sitting on 6 to 12 months worth of this inventory, this intoxicating hemp inventory. And right now, that's kind of crazy. That's not confidence, that's exposure. And if a category disappears, that inventory becomes just fucking dead weight and money out of your pocket. Smart owners keep risky inventory liquid. I mean, ready to pour down the drain. You don't want to be heavy on that. And mistake number 2, it's waiting for the next big thing. There is no next intoxicating loophole coming to save you. I'm telling y'all, that era is over. The next growth wave is more ritual product, more wellness product, culture product, accessories, brands, experience. Anyone still chasing molecules, you may as well be a ghost hunter because that's what you're chasing. Mistake number 3, it's ignoring the presentation aspect of the whole thing. I mean, way too many fucking shops, man, look cluttered and dusty and dim, outdated. It looks chaotic, and they're wondering why customers hesitate. In today's market, presentation communicates safety. If your store looks sloppy, customers assume your products are sloppy too. Mistake number 4, you're letting your staff freestyle the conversation. I mean, this is kind of subtle, but it's deadly for your store. When staff says different things to different customers, you're eroding trust. I mean, smart shops are standardizing language, not scripts, y'all, principles. And everyone on the team should sound aligned and calm and very, very, very informed. Mistake number 5, confusing busy with healthy. This one catches a lot of owners. All right, a store can be busy as hell and you still may be unhealthy. If your revenue depends on just one shrinking category, you're not healthy. You're very, very, very fragile. And I mean, the goal shouldn't be traffic. The goal is durability. And where is your growth coming from? And I hope it's not rumors, okay? And, let's clear this up. Real growth in the smoke shop industry right now is coming from accessory upgrades, glass, ritual bundles, botanical education, mushroom-driven traffic, repeat wellness customers, better average tickets, not more foot traffic, guys. Stronger brand identity. Let me tell you where it's not coming from, honestly, is these fly-by-night mystery cannabinoids, short-lived trends, the bullshit vendor hype, panic buying, got to get it before it goes out. What about, it's also all these damn social media rumors. Growth right now is quiet. It's intentional. It's very, very disciplined. And that's why a lot of people are totally missing it. Well, Chad, how do I stabilize revenue over the next 12 months then? I mean, if you want a clear focus for the next year, let me give it to you. Number 1, I would lower your dependency on any one single category. No category should make or break your damn store. Number 2 should be to increase your average ticket, not the volume. Bundles, upgrades, kits, more premium options. Number 3, I would say is build repeat customers. You don't want impulse buyers anymore. And that's where the wellness and the ritual creates that kind of loyalty. Those people come back for those. Number 4, you need to make your store feel safe and intentional. I mean, presentation matters. How your store looks matters. Number 5, you got to train your staff to guide. No longer should they be trained to sell, because guidance builds trust. Number 6, you got to treat risk reduction as growth. Stability is growth in uncertain markets. Let me give you the hard truth most owners don't want to hear. Let's end with something very, very honest with this podcast. The smoke shop industry is not going back to 2019. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not. As much as I would love to tell you it's going to, because I would. I'd love to be able to end this and tell you that we have another gold rush coming. Okay? It's not. It's not going back to the anything goes. Guys, those days is done. 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 In all honesty, what's going to replace them, those days are fewer shops, better shops, cleaner shops, more disciplined, more professional shops. And some owners are going to hate that. Some are going to complain. A lot are going to quit because I'm reading it online, even in my own Discord. There's people in there, they're telling me that, hey, I'm already out. I've sold my store. I'm done. have to get out. I'm reading it on the online forums, on the Facebook groups. They're selling their stores, for the cost of the inventory. They want to be completely out. Others are quietly becoming the dominant store in their area because of this. The difference will not be luck. It will be adaptation. Let me give you one more final tough love message. If you're still operating like this is temporary, you are sadly behind. If you're still hoping someone fixes the legislation for you, you too are behind. If you're overexposed and underprepared, once again, you too are behind. But if you're reducing risk, you're diversifying with intent, you're rebuilding your store experience, you're retraining your staff, you're modernizing your layout, you're focusing on stability, you're watching real news about enforcement and not listening to rumors, and you're building a real brand, you're ahead. You're way ahead. And being ahead right now is everything. Everything. All right, guys, this has been Chad Wade TV, real talk for real shop owners. If this episode helped cut through the bullshit noise, share it with another owner who clearly needs some clarity right now. And for tools and resources and maybe even some wholesale support, head on over to chadwadetv.com and unswholesale.com. I will be glad to provide all of that. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay adaptable, and please keep your shop strong.